this short video, I'd like to show you how you can prepare your practice video. I'm asking you to work with Adam Smith Classroom. So log in to Adam Smith Classroom and then go to the Models, Molecular Library, and Everyday Molecules. I ask you to peruse this list of everyday molecules and choose one. So for instance, I'm going to choose solid water, or in other words, ice. I'll load the model here. Now I want to highlight the window that shows the molecular representation of solid water. So I'm going to close this window, minimize this window, and drag this over. That is, drag the bottom of the window over so that the highlight is the molecular representation of solid water. Now you can see the water molecules are aligned in a very definite way. I don't think that you need to prepare a script for this particular video project, but rather for any one of the molecules or substances that you choose, I'd like you to say one thing that's kind of special about that particular molecule, one particular property, one point of interest. So what I'm going to talk about is the hydrogen bonding. So now I'm ready to make my screencastify video because everything is set up. This is where you should be starting as well, except with your particular molecule or substance. I come over to the icon to open up Screencastify. Note that I have the browser tab selected because of course Adam Smith is being accessed from the Chrome browser. I'm going to check that my microphone is chosen appropriately. Yes, the Yeti microphone. Now I'm ready to click Record. Okay, so now we are recording in Screencastify. But I have a toolbar down here, which I think is kind of getting in the way. So I'm going to minimize that toolbar. And now I would be starting my video proper. Here is a molecular representation of solid water, or in other words, ice. You'll notice that the water molecules are arranged in a very definite pattern. This is so as to maximize the hydrogen bonding. To illustrate this, I'm going to open up the intermolecular forces window, and here you see all of the intermolecular forces being represented between the water molecules. Now I just want to highlight the hydrogen bonding, and so I'm going to open up this window again and deselect dispersion, deselect dipole. You will see that every water molecule is arranged so as to make 4 hydrogen bonds. In order for this to happen, the water molecules must arrange in a very definite pattern. This allows for a fair amount of space between each water molecule. This allows us to understand why the density for solid water is in fact less than the density of liquid water. I am now going to stop my Screencastify video by clicking on this button right here. Here is my Screencastify video. If I click on mute, you can hear what I'm saying. I'm just going to pause this for right now. Now you may recall that I was doing some introduction about the toolbar right at the very beginning of the video. This is a portion of the video that I do not want to keep. Therefore, what I can do is trim it out right from the get-go. So I want to see when I stop talking about the toolbar and actually start my video concerning describing the water molecules in the crystalline structure. And now I would be starting my video proper. Okay, so I see that that occurred at about 15 seconds. You may need to try this a few times in order to get it just right. So I'm going to click my mouse on the scissors and drag to 15 seconds. There, let go. Save trim. Trim. Now you can see that my video starts at the right spot. So you can trim a little bit at the beginning, you can trim a little bit at the end. I'd like you, however, to do one other thing, and that is open up your video in Open in Editor and make at least one change. I'd like you to see that editing a video is possible, it's not that difficult, And actually, if you made a mistake midway through your video, it's a nice way without having to record. You can just cut out your mistake. There's some guidance on our Moodle webpage linking to some videos about how to do some video editing. For now, I'm just going to show you how to annotate. So minimally, I ask you to annotate. If you want to do other things, by all means. So now let's open up this video in Open in Editor. In the editor, you see a timeline at the bottom. You can also see, for instance, the voice pattern. So that allows you to discern where you might want to be making some cuts and things. We can also zoom in like this, so we can look for particular spots in the video. So where I'd like to look is when we started to look at hydrogen bonding. So I'm going to scroll a little bit further. Ah, yes. So here's where I was talking about the hydrogen bonding. So I'm going to see where I first of all mentioned the hydrogen bonding. There would have been around here, or that is the stage at which water molecules are maximizing their hydrogen bonding. And I'd like to add an annotation, some text. So I click the text button. Now, right now, it's putting it right in the middle. I want to put it to the side here. It says write something. I have a black background. So I'm going to choose text and a yellow text. And I'm going to, for instance, write hydrogen bonding. I'd like to make this a little bit larger. So I'm going to select the text and scroll up. Here's where I can adjust this. So you can do various adjustments of the text. So that looks pretty good. So for instance, if I were to play the video, now notice that I didn't really put the hydrogen bonding in the right spot, so I can move it a little bit, and I can also extend it. So there's lots of versatility. That's the minimum thing that I ask you to do in terms of editing your video. Now we're ready to export the video. So I click Export, and I suggest that you export it to Google Drive so that your video can be stored in Google Drive, and then you can provide me a link when you turn in your assignment. So export to Google Drive. I'm going to put the title Water and Molecules and H Bonding. Save. Now it takes a few more minutes for your video to be processed, but if I click Share here, it gives me an opportunity to email the link of this video to myself actually. When I submit my video, I would include this link. I also want to point out that these videos in this case are stored on Google Drive. And so let me show you that for a minute. If I now open a new window, and over here, select Google Drive, I can see my newly made video right here. And in fact, I can play it from here and also get whatever links. I hope this short video has helped you think about how to prepare your practice video assignment.